Hello, this is the RPG Crawler, and welcome to another Computer and Console RPG News Roundup, where I take a look back at the week in computer and console role-playing game news and bring you the highlights. It looks like Neptunia game maker R Evolution is getting a PC release this month, in fact. Targeting August 26th, the action RPG features an older version of the series' usual protagonist, Neptune. It has been available on consoles since last year. Then, for those who remember this classic, the Temple of Elemental Evil is getting a Steam re-release. Originally released back in 2003, this tactical RPG is based on the D&D 3rd Edition rule set and features the old Gygax module Temple of Elemental Evil. It'll hit sometime in September of this year, although I'm not sure how much in the way of fixes will be presented in this particular release. I did a Let's Play of this a very long time ago on the secondary channels, one of the first ones I did on the alternate Let's Play channel. Disgaea 7 Complete is set for an October release. Targeting the Switch 2 on October 10th, it'll include the various content and enhancements for the Japan-only released Enhanced Edition from last year, as well as the various DLC and a new adventure. And once again, I have purchased... I keep buying Disgaea titles, and then they come out with the complete versions, and I feel like a fool because I never get around to finishing them before that. So I should just wait and buy the complete versions. Anyway... Well, I don't have a Switch 2, so... enough rambling. It looks like some other RPG and RPG-adjacent titles are going to get Switch 2 releases from Atlas and Sega. Persona 3 Reload is set to get a Switch 2 version on October 23rd. Then Yakuza Kiwami and Kiwami 2 are set to hit the console on November 13th. Destiny Code will be a deck-building roguelite RPG and will target the PC for release into early access sometime later this year. Octopath Traveler 0 was announced and will be a new title in the series, of course, targeting the PC, PS4, and PS5, Xbox Series X/S, as well as the Nintendo Switch and the Switch 2. It is set to launch on December 4th of this year. Square Enix also announced The Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales, which will be an action RPG in that same HD 2D style that's become popular lately, targeting the PC, PS5, Xbox Series X/S, and the Switch 2 for release sometime next year. The Switch 2 at least has a demo available now. Gothic 1 Remake has been pushed to 2026. It looks like this remake of the classic open-world RPG will still need a little bit of work. Hopefully it'll be worth it. THQ Nordic also had a number of other announcements made. There will be a remaster of Sacred 2 Fallen Angel, an isometric action RPG from 2008. And I've, again, never played the Sacred series. I remember hearing something about the effect of wasn't Blind Guardian have a cameo in one of them? Anyway, there will also be Darksiders 4 currently in development for the PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X/S, although more details will be forthcoming later. THQ Nordic also announced Fate Keeper, which will be a first-person fantasy action RPG currently available to wishlist on Steam. It looks like the early access may hit this winter. On towards Capcom, they are working on a new title in the Monster Hunter Story series, the side series to Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter Stories 3, Twisted Reflection, looks like it'll be slated for next year and target the PC, PS5, Xbox Series X/S, and the Switch 2. As far as actual releases go, Titan Quest 2 hit early access, available through Steam and Epic Games. The original was a top-down action RPG influenced by Greek mythology and has been about since 2006, which is actually impressive, since it's only a couple of years ago that they finally stopped giving actual updates and expansions to it, so that had a long life on it. It looks like the sequel is getting a full release sometime by the end of next year. Romancing Saga 2, Revenge of the Seven, saw its Switch 2 version release. It is a full remake of a Super Famicom era RPG and has been available on the original Nintendo Switch for a while now. Frosthaven is hit to early access, or it did hit early access, and is a tactical RPG based on a board game, preserving the same tactical essence of the board game, but in digital form, which is good. Crystal is now available on Epic Games as an action RPG in early access. I think it was on Steam earlier, too, maybe? Who knows? Mecha Rashi has been released. It is a gacha game, so, there's those. I can't complain. I've been playing them in my free time. I say free time. In the time where I have not been able to work on my main computer, I've been playing gacha games. Not spending money, just grinding out mindless. Anyway, this one's got a mecha theme and is a turn-based tactical combat game. Paradigm Isle is a story-focused RPG where a young mercenary is undergoing an identity crisis, which is something you always want in your mercenaries. Now, the Aquarium Does Not Dance Special Edition is a horror RPG in the classic vein, wherein the main character is stuck in an aquarium full of strange creatures. Arena 2 is a casual RPG / arena battler where you fight, level up, get gear, then fight some more. You face off against monsters in ever increasingly difficult arena fights. Endless RPG Untold Tales is a turn-based tactical RPG where you can customize your character's various looks and skills. For Evelyn 2, Shards of Creation is one of those 2D or 3D games with 2D sprites in early access, set in a world torn by war and magic. And honestly, the devs gave me a review code for this, and I meant to take a look at it, but I've been so slammed and so busy, I just couldn't even touch it, except to say that the visuals look nice. So there's that. I'll have to try it out when I have time. It does look like it's competently put together. Soul Apocalypto is a tactical RPG in which you summon various roles for your team and take on various enemies and bosses with a focus on what roles you pick to include. Power Lust is an old-school top-down action RPG where you can design your own character class, then travel through procedurally generated areas in a classic hack-and-slash style. Looks like that style of game is coming back, or at least getting a lot of titles. I don't know if it's actually coming back. Luck and Loot is a dice-building roguelite with a sort of arcade pixel style where it looks like a casual game where you can craft various dice, collect relics, etc. Then Doomfields is another casual roguelite. This one an auto-battler with permadeath where you create your team of heroes from specialized characters, gather loot, and then send them through automated battles. Day of the Shell is a turn-based tactical roguelike where you travel from island to island in a flooded world looking to deal with various gods. Duel is a more super retro turn-based strategy RPG. It reminds me of like early 90s / late 80s DOS games. Anyway, it features randomly generated worlds to explore and conquer. Finally, not really an RPG proper, but more of a life sim, there's Tales of the Shire, a Lord of the Rings game in which you live a cozy hobbit life. And with that, I'll move on to crowdfunding campaigns. Remember that contributing to a crowdfunding campaign should be done only at your own risk. Doing so is no guarantee of even receiving a product. Mentioned here is not an endorsement, but is for informational purposes only. And we'll start with Lootbound, a roguelike with turn-based tactical combat, which looks like it'll take inspiration from D&D in terms of mechanics, and have you guiding a party of 4. Hope in the Darkness will be a post-apocalyptic RPG set in a post-nuclear Texas, therefore I'm required by Texas law to mention it. Anyway, it looks like it's still way early in the development phase, though. They've got the design documents and the narrative all fleshed out, but they actually still need to make a playable demo. I urge people to at least get something together before you do that, even if it looks really janky, because then at least you got something to show people. Anyway, they're looking to fund that. And finally, there's a Trip to the Mall at Night, which looks like it'll be a surreal adventure RPG in a world of endless night, featuring mages, robots, etc. And on that note, I will wrap things up here. This has been the RPG Crawler, my CRPG News Roundup for August 2nd, 2025. That's CRPG News Roundup, not the other thing you might have heard because of my current state of tiredness. Anyway, as always, links will be below. If you like what you've seen, remember to leave a like, comment on your feedback, and subscribe for more RPG content. And I just hope this week's a little bit less full of random business I have to attend to, because I've got content. I still need to record some more Planescape. I need to edit some content I did record and get it done. It's just between the heat and storms and my sister having drama and all that, I haven't had time to even sleep barely. So I am either going to try to get a nap and then get some content out this next week, or I may be put in on health leave because I am really, really tired of not being able to sleep. Anyway, until next time, take care and goodbye. And if you are still watching, I would like to take the opportunity to thank my supporters, the top tiers of which are listed on the screen, without whose support I would not have been able to offer the variety of content that I have on this channel throughout the years. If you're feeling particularly generous and would like to join them, you can support the channel. There are a variety of options to do so. I have a Patreon, a Subscribestar, as well as channel memberships enabled. If you are not in a position to contribute, simply leaving a like, a comment, or sharing my videos are all wonderful ways to help the channel grow without spending a dime, and are all greatly appreciated.